Kevin here, Top 100 financial advisor, two-time author, one-time bestseller, and we are here to talk about the stock market. The market hit an all-time high today, and like I said, 2 weeks ago or so, that there are two ways that you can win in this market, and there's one big way that people are going to lose, and they're going to continue to lose. So I want to help you to avoid that one losing situation and let you know a few ways that you can win. But before we do, I've got two things that you need to do and be aware of. Number one, hit the like, hit the share, subscribe button, whatever you got to do to make sure that you get these videos and you get the notification when we're live, premiere, posting, whatever. You are missing out on some good info if you're not here. That's number one. Number two, my wife and I will celebrate our 5th wedding anniversary on Saturday, the 28th. So to commemorate that, I'm giving y'all a special thing that will be in your email in the next few days. So I'm letting you know right now, click the link above, sign up for the email list. If you're not on the email list, you're missing out. Also, when you sign up for the email list, make sure that you either A, reply to say, hey, look, I'm here, or make sure that you get the confirmation email and make sure you confirm it. Because if my emails go to spam, you're going to miss out. And I'm going to tell you now that this surprise, this gift, whatever it's going to be, you're only going to have about 5 days to use it. That's it. 5 years, 5 days. And that's all I'm going to say. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the news. So we had an intraday high, which means during the trading day, we hit a high for the Dow Jones, that's 30 largest companies. This is a big thing because those 30 large companies, they're the big dudes in the room. They kind of tell us how the entire stock market is doing. Not the best measure, but it's the most popular. It's the one we use. And 2 weeks ago, maybe 2.5 weeks ago, I had said there are two ways for investors to win now. Number one, you can play defense. Maybe you're looking at like the Clorox, Costco, Dow Journal, blah, 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 blah. We've talked about those enough times, you probably memorize those. That's one way to win right now. We know that those have done extremely well very recently during COVID, but they had done well beforehand. Costco, for example, is giving out a special dividend because they've done so well this year. It's been like $4 billion on dividends and giving out, I think it's like $10 per share, which is huge if you got a lot of shares. That's pretty big. That's in addition to whatever they were doing beforehand. So that's one way to win right now. The other way I had said was to stay exactly where you are. You don't have to do anything crazy. Because if you held quality investments before the pandemic, if you just held on to them, the market is going to catch up. We've got some vaccine news. Things are going to open up. There is light at the end of the tunnel. We don't know how far away the light is, but we know that for a fact. We do have vaccines. We know they work. They tell us that they work, so we should be good. It's 3 different companies, so we got some options. We should be fine, but it could be, I don't know, next summer, maybe next spring. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to give out a timeline, but I know there's light at the end of the tunnel. So eventually, whether it be today, like it was, or 3 or 4 or 5 months from now, the market is going to come back and swing and go back into the direction that it was. And before COVID, there was a whole lot of tech stocks, Google's, Amazon's, blah, 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 blah. We all know what they are. So if you had bought those, a stock like Apple really wasn't looking all that great in October. Amazon was was what it was. It dropped for whatever reason. Anytime we get vaccine news, Amazon drops. I don't know why, but they have been doing well before. They're kind of coming back up. Amazon especially one of those. But Microsoft is kind of like Google has been regular, right? But these were the companies that were running everything pre-COVID. So if I already had them, and like I said, it didn't really make sense to sell them, just hold on to them, you started to see big gains today. And anytime the entire market is moving upward. This is one of those examples. We hit an all-time high. This will not be the only time we do it. I'm not here to tell you we're going to do it again tomorrow. I don't know. But I'm going to tell you now, there's a high likelihood, barring a second magical pandemic, which I pray doesn't happen, 6 months from now, we're going to hit a few more all-time highs, just like we saw all-time highs throughout this year, even with the pandemic. So it makes sense to sometimes either play defense or stay where you are. Selling is not the option. But most importantly, those who are going to lose and will continue to lose are those who are procrastinating. Those are saying, look, I want to wait until this happens. Well, we have people say, I'm gonna wait until the stimulus, I'm gonna wait until the election. And then they say, well, I'm gonna wait until 2021. And you keep pushing it back, keep pushing it back, keep pushing it back, and you realize, well, you haven't actually done anything. Remember what I told y'all all the way going back to March when we started doing these videos like every day. I said, those who are investing right now are those who are going to get the biggest benefit. I said, those who are investing right then are going to be the ones who are going to grow their money. And I said way back then that you want to invest on a consistent basis. Well, look, what about those that invested in almost anything back in March when things were terrible? You are looking real good right now because we hit a record high after being at what felt like a record low. This is how investing works. It's just being consistent and buying quality. That's why we talk about the investor toolkit. It's why I'm here almost every day. So those are your two ways to win. Number one, play defense. I think defense is always going to be important. It will always be important. It'll never not be important. But it's going to, as things recover, it's going to be a little less important. But a stock like Walmart, I mean, my wife and I have held Walmart for forever. So we'll probably keep having it because you know what it is over here. If I got a good stock, I'm holding on to it. I'm gonna sell for what? Sell for what? I sell losers. If I sell anything, it's because the stock isn't great, right? It wasn't what I thought it was gonna be, or it wasn't doing what it used to do. But a Walmart, we're probably keeping that. But if you have quality, keep quality, right? If you want to play defense, play defense. What you don't want to do is sit here and procrastinate and wait until something magical happens because you don't know if it ever will. And you don't know what magical is when you see it. When magic hits you, you're like, well, okay, well, what else is going to happen? And you never actually move. So I want to make sure that you do that. Either play defense or hold quality. If you don't know what that is, you want to make sure that you sign up for the email list. You're going to get that special surprise here in the next few days. You guys know why it will be limited. I'm telling you now. So if you watch the video, make sure that you have signed up, that you know what it is, and that you highlight the emails or whatever. Make sure you do that. All right, so that's it for me. Making sure you hit the like, subscribe. My son's in the background. It's probably snack time or lunchtime or something. So we'll see. All right, talk to you later. Bye.